guys are doing good, and if not, I hope that things get better for you soon. Today I'm back with another recipe. It's a lunch recipe and is known as aloo posto, and I'm trying a different format for my video because I just feel that I should give a short introduction to these recipes before I start cooking. That's just going to help the uninitiated who do not know about this dish or this recipe and may find it interesting if they hear the story of how it originated. Aloo posto has been a childhood favorite. I've had it since like I was a child and it has stuck with me until now. I know that it's ubiquitous in the Bengali cuisine and people have it all throughout Bengal as a comfort food. Since I like it so much, I thought that I'll just Google a bit about where it came from, or basically the usage of posto, or basically the paste of poppy seeds. How did it become an integral part of our cuisine? So it came in the colonial era when the British were forcing the farmers in the Bengal province to grow a lot of poppy seeds because of export trade. The poor farmers didn't have much to eat back then because they didn't have money. So what they did was they started incorporating the poppy seeds that they were farming and were left in surplus into their daily. So poppy, or using poppy or posto, came into existence. But today's date, I think it's much beyond the Bengal cuisine because I have heard people from Bihar. My husband is from Bihar. They eat something called posta dana ka halwa, which is basically a sweet dish made out of poppy seeds. Now, aloo posto can be enjoyed in two different forms: a dry form as well as a gravy form. I am going to show you the dry form because that's what I have grown up eating. But I know a lot of people enjoy it in the gravy form and call it jhol posto. So if you guys are one of them, do let me know in the comment section and maybe I can try that out in some other recipe. I put onions in my aloo posto just because they give a good balance. A lot of people don't. For me, I put it while I'm frying my potatoes, so that's like a bit different. And it's just a personal preference. That's how I like it. So I hope that you guys will like this video, and if you like it, please do subscribe to my channel, and let's get rolling. Start with taking 3/4 cup of posto or soaked poppy seeds. I've soaked these for 2 to 3 hours in hot water, and I've also taken 5 to 6 green chilies and I'm blending them all together into a smooth paste. Then finally I'm slitting 2 more green chilies to add to the final curry. I've taken 1/2 of a large onion and I'm slicing it into long pieces. Remember that slicing the onions into long pieces is necessary for the final texture of your aloo posto. I've taken a bowl of water to dunk my potatoes finally when they are cut, and then I'm peeling my potatoes and cutting them into small squares. If you don't dunk your potatoes immediately after cutting and expose it to the air for too long, then they can turn black. This is how you should cut your potatoes into small squares. Once you're done cutting, wash them thoroughly in the water until the water comes out clean. I usually have to wash them 3 times until when the water comes out clean. This is the water after having washed it twice or thrice. Give one final mix to your poppy paste so that it is smooth enough. Then heat some mustard oil in a pan. I am taking around 3 to 4 tablespoons of mustard oil. You can take vegetable oil, but the taste cannot be guaranteed in that case. Then add some kalonji or kalojiri or nigella seeds to the oil and saute it until they start cracking. Add in the onions. Fry the onions until they are light brown in color. Once they are light brown in color, add in the potatoes. The potatoes should have been drained of all their water. Mix the onions with the potatoes and fry them well. The potatoes should be fried until there's a light brown crust covering coming up on the potatoes. After frying for 1 to 2 minutes, add in 2 pinches of turmeric powder. You can avoid this completely because I know that there are people who do not add turmeric to their aloo posto, but I like the color that turmeric adds and also a bit of tangy flavor that it adds. Then I'm adding around 2 tablespoons of salt. You can adjust this according to your taste. And finally, I'm adding in the poppy paste. Mix the poppy paste with the potatoes and the onions and cook like this for 3 to 4 minutes. Check in between that the paste or the potatoes are not sticking to the pan. If they are sticking, then get them off the pan and stir for some time. Then finally add 2 cups of boiling hot water. I'm adding hot water so that the potatoes cook well. Cover and cook for 10 to 15 minutes. In between, remove your cover and check that the potatoes are not sticking to the pan. Although the chances are less if it is a heavy bottom pan, but still it's good to check. After 10 to 15 minutes, your potatoes should have cooked. You can check by pressing them against the pan. Then add the 2 slit green chilies and mix them with the curry. If you're making jhol posto, this is the stage that you should switch off your gas because this is the consistency you're looking for. But for me, I'll cook for some more time. I'm also adding 1.5 tablespoons of salt here. Aloo posto is supposed to be slightly sweet, not completely salty. This is the consistency finally for my aloo posto, and I'm going to serve it with some rice. You can also have it with dal along with rice. I'm also topping it with 1 tablespoon of mustard oil, but this is completely optional. It adds a nice tangy flavor to the aloo posto. Then I'm finally serving it with rice. Enjoy your aloo posto and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Bye.